And now, since I'm on the stage, I would like to present you here our platinum partner and dear friend coming from AlJazeera, Mr. YASER BISHR. Mr. YASER, please join us on the stage. Welcome.
Thank you.
We have a very short business card for you.
Okay.
If you let us, I would like
Please.
to hear what my team has got ready for you. So, could you please present Mr. YASER BISHR?
We are honored to have at the Global Webit Conference 2014 the most respected and popular media of the Arab world, which is nowadays breaking barriers worldwide with offices operating in 40 countries. Being an engineer, an entrepreneur, writer, and executive director of strategy and development at AlJazeera Media Network, we are happy to welcome on stage Mr. YASER BISHR.
Thank you.
So, do you agree? Do we have to change something?
I will change it now.
Thank you very much for joining. I'm looking very much to hear more about the recent launch that you've done.
Yes.
So hopefully this will be part of the things you're going to share.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome on the stage. Thank you.
So, good morning, everyone. So I discovered recently my true job. Since I work in a news network, I discovered that I'm in the business of depressing as many people as I can. And let me tell you why. So I was doing some research a couple months ago about how TV and news impacts people. And I stumbled upon this research by Harvard. It says that if you watch too much TV, specifically news, it triggers the limbic system, which is in the brain, which releases cortisol. And cortisol leads you to, along with, panicky stories, depression, loss of appetite, loss of hair, bone density loss, 20% increase in heart disease. So that's not really a good job to have. So the question is, how can I change that job? If you remember, the way stories are being presented nowadays is really depressing. So if we want to attract the millennials, presenting stories the way it is presented right now is a lost proposition. So we did a lot of soul searching and research to find the best way to present news. And we came up with Asia Plus, which I want to talk to you about today.
Detroit got no water, but co-stealing Nigerian daughters. Israel just started to knock more. The Americans want immigrants off their border. AJ Plus bringing that social order. You want that experience? We got that. You want that engagement? Yeah, we got that. I just empowered your feed right through a rap. And half of y'all didn't know polio was back. Hashtags and body bags, poverty and poor rags. Germany, Blue Eye, Brazil, Argentina going mad. Military plans expand from Japan, resulting in self-immolation of a man. Hobby Lobby, snooping in your healthcare plan. Supreme Court ruled in favor of birth control got banned. It's just another story. We tell real stories for the people, keeping the narrative on the news. Let's talk staffing. Francesca, give you the laughing. Leader from the MENA platforms runs the tech arena. Here we go. Digital journals and new promos and hoodied up logos, editorial leads with engaging photos. On the narrative, friend, this is not a trend, the end is the truth. And the truth is the end. No pretending. World captured in video lenses. Hashtags trending. Another war started, another war ended. The global, diversifying total. The plus is the noble. Oh no, another leak from Edward Snowden. Big brother has gone undercover NSA hack. The who's getting tracked, is it just a matter of fact? Civil liberties under attack. Should we react? What policies to enact? What's the next step? You with me? I'm with you. AJ Plus keeping that thick social glue.
Want more? Download the AJ Plus mobile app and join the conversation. Available in your app store now.
This is my product manager. He's not a rapper. This is the product manager of AJ Plus. So really, if you see here, the challenge, if we want to make news, frankly, not only news, but just content, more interesting to the millennials, it has to be about stories. You remember the storytellers in indigenous cultures. He didn't come at the time and go and sit with people and tell them, I just got the news that some pirates attacked a village and slaughtered a whole family. This is not what we get. This is what we get right now, but this is not how stories used to be told before. It's news. They used to report news to the people about what is going on. So our challenge is, how can we bring this back forward? I mean, how can we bring it forward? And tell the same way stories, news in a storytelling way that engages people. How can we engage people? How can we make it more interesting? How can we make it more informative and less depressing so my job is better and I feel good about my job? So our challenge here is to tell current events in a way that is a lot more engaging. And suddenly, technology is not the primary goal. It's not a cool app. It's not putting the news on the Apple Watch. It's not putting it on the Google Glass. It is about using technology as a platform to deliver story in the most engaging way. So we came up with the Asia Plus app. So I'm going to show you a little video that describes what the app is all about. I'm going to tell you what the fundamental changes that we've done to really deliver the news through this app.
The AJ Plus app gives you access to a sea of content, videos, quizzes, conversations, and more. But how is all that content organized? The answer is cards. We plan to have 6 types of cards. Video cards play videos and support commenting. Quiz cards offer a fun, interactive experience, educate the audience, and provide valuable analytics. Art cards are a quick way to communicate breaking news. They can serve as placeholders for future videos, and they share well on social. Debate cards encourage the audience to take a stand and argue for their point of view. Conversation cards are less contentious. They prompt an open-ended discussion by asking questions of the community. Finally, when you've reached the end of a story, an end card allows you to follow presenters, interact with experts, find additional resources, or go to a related story. Cards are assembled in a linear structure. We call those groups stacks. A stack can contain an infinite number of cards and be ordered in any number of combinations. Let's take a look at an example. Here's a stack that begins with a video card. It's a piece of location-specific news.
The drought is hitting the food production industry so hard.
Next, there's a conversation card, where the community can discuss the issue. A longer video card provides context.
Climate change is already impacting.
An art card recaps an important infographic. And a quiz card tests you to see what you've learned. Users can move backward and forward through these cards, skipping over ones they don't want. Stacks can also be generated automatically. Here's one that shows the most recent 3-minute videos. So content goes onto cards. Cards go into stacks. New cards are created regularly, and older cards can be refreshed to feature user engagement. Cards and stacks combine to create an app that offers fresh content, new experiences, and up-to-date information whenever the user dives in.
So a story, the way we look at it, the way the storyteller in the good old days used to present a story or tell a story, it evolved with the audience. So the way he presents a story to a certain audience in one place, when he goes to another place, he interacts with the people differently and he tells the story in a different way. So the key here is engagement. How can we start with engagement? Not with the news. How can we engage with people first? So people are the ones who dictate how the story is to be told. And this is really key fundamental aspect. And that is not about the app. This is really require fundamental change in the way we gather and produce news. So Asia Plus has been set up in San Francisco. What we did is we brought some of the key people and very good people from the editorial team in AlJazeera, and we flew them into San Francisco, and we get that merge of cultures, right? People from around our offices around the world, we brought them to San Francisco, where the technology is happening, and engagement and social media and innovation, and we came up with Asia Plus. So the way we gather news currently in any newsroom, if you are in a newsroom, who sets the makes the decision in terms of what news to be published or broadcasted? The editorial team. And it was one way. But the editorial team really have no relationship with the audience. It's just one-way conversation. It's not a conversation. It's one-way flow of information. And so when the editorial team wants to put the stuff online, they throw it to some people sitting in a corner. Sometimes they're sitting in a chair. Most of the time they're sitting on the floor. They call them the social media or the web team. And then they claim we are online people. We have an online presence. So what we've done is we flipped that. In the daily meeting that happens in the newsroom, where the editors decide what to publish or broadcast and what not, actually in our book, the engagement team decides what to publish and what not. Because they are the ones who are closer to the audience. They are the ones who are having the conversation with the audience. They know what they want. So the design of the stack, what a stack is, which is the story, what cards, elements of the story, evolve as the audience engage with us. And this is really a key fundamental change. So the way we gather news, we started with the local communities. We have regions in the world. We've put our journalists there that engage with community and tell the stories from the perspective of the local community, deliver it to our team in San Francisco, and the engagement team decides what to put and when. And in this way, we got really very interesting engagement. So the measure here of success is not by the number of views. The measure here is by the engagement we get with the stories that we publish. Because really, at the end of the day, as a journalist, this is what you want. How much engagement you got from the stories you wrote, and how much information your audience has received. Right? So the way the stacks is designed, it is designed not to be fixed. A story evolves over time. So as more conversation you have, people engage more. And then we put more content to it and seed it with more questions, more discussions, more quizzes, more polling to get the opinion of people. Right? So we've done this because really at AlJazeera we believe that the way to deliver news is to engage with people. You know, we always say the opinion and the other opinion, the voice of the voiceless. So we heard what the millennials are talking about, and we deliver content according to what they're looking for. Because really, they deserve to have content in this way. I mean, they're the ones who have, you know, who've the 99%. They are Malala, who went out and changed and challenged the status quo, right? They are the people, the guy who went and burned himself because he was fed up from what happened in Tunisia, and that sparked an Arabic revolution and the Arab Spring. So these are the ones who are making change in the world. So we view Asia Plus not as an app or a news app. It's really when we want people, when they download it, they're downloading a tool that will help them change the world. And this is why we came with Asia Plus. Before I get off the stage, are you familiar with the Breaking Bad series? Anyone familiar with the Breaking Bad series? So most of you will get the video. This is our promotion for the app. I encourage you to download the app, and thank you very much. Thank you.